So initial voting for the WNBA All-Star game is now out, and we have some interesting names on the list, and we have a list that is a little bit different than you've seen in the past with the WNBA.
The WNBA All-Star votes just dropped, and let me tell you, it's messier than a group chat after a breakup. You've got players hustling, fans voting like their life depends on it, and in the middle of it all, Angel Reese throwing digital confetti and reposting every vote mention like she's running for president of Planet Delusion.
Yay. And we also see the star power, the shine of a star. Use quotation marks on purpose. We see the star fading for someone who was immensely beloved.
Yes, the Bayou Barbie is out here grinding like a 2015 Vine star, trying to resurrect their career, doing everything short of skywriting her name over every arena in the league. And yet, despite the Instagram filters, the hustle-heavy tweets, and the emoji-packed Vote For Me posts, she's sitting comfortably at the 13th spot with around 170,000 votes. That's not just underwhelming, it's almost poetic. The self-proclaimed queen of charisma and confidence can't even crack the top 10. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's over here quietly collecting more votes than the population of Iceland, 500,000, and counting. And you know what's really funny? Angel Reese can't even say Caitlin's name. It's like a Voldemort situation. Caitlin could be standing behind her, holding a flashing neon sign that says Mar1 in votes, and Angel would still be like, support your faves, without blinking.
Look who wants her fans to vote her back to the monkey noises. Yes, that's right. If you all remember, the WNBA investigated the Indiana Fever fans for racism.
The All-Star campaign has turned into reality TV. Angel's playing the lead in a one-woman show, while the fans are tuning in to watch a Caitlin Clark highlight reel. And guess what? Caitlin's not even campaigning. She's not reposting every mention, not begging for votes, not dropping hashtags like confetti. She's out here doing no-look passes and breaking rookie records like it's light work. Meanwhile, Angel's averaging 11 and 11, shooting 37%, and thinking the fan base is going to carry her to All-Star status out of sheer vibes. Sis, what are we doing? We've got fans acting like retweets, and Instagram stories are the new stat lines. People actually believe Angel should be an all-star because of her impact. What impact? TikTok views and halftime memes? The scoreboard's not laughing, and neither is the rim she keeps bricking shots off of. But hey, confidence sells, even if the product's defective. Let's get real. The media tried to sell us a narrative. Angel Reese, face of the league, next big thing, unstoppable. Instead, we got a walking highlight reel of missed layups and post-game soundbites that belong on a reality show more than in a playoff push. And the voters?
Is out. I Talk Hoops, the Angel Reese Stan account that's like deletes a lot of stuff now because it can't take the smoke. Angel Reese enters tomorrow's game as the only WNBA player averaging a double-double this season. Double voting today, Angel.
They're not blind. They see the box scores. They know the game. And it's clear. The star power is dimming. Even her own fans are quieter than usual. You go from being the most hyped rookie to 13th in votes. That's not a flex, that's a red flag. And it's not just the voters noticing. Coaches, analysts, fans, they're all starting to ask the same question. What exactly has Angel done to deserve an all-star spot? Let's talk numbers. 37% shooting. More turnovers than assists. Rebounds? Sure, she's getting boards, but are they game-changing? Or are they just stat padding while the team gets blown out? Because the Chicago Sky aren't exactly lighting up the standings. And let's not forget that she's on a team where chemistry looks like a science experiment gone wrong. But here's the wildest part. Every time she posts another glam shot with a Vote For Me caption, her comments are a battlefield. Half are hyping her up like she just dropped 40 on a super team. The other half are dragging her for not acknowledging Caitlin Clark, the undisputed vote leader and walking highlight machine.
Angel Reese all the way at number 13. So Angel Reese is averaging 11 points and 11 boards this year, but has really struggled and turned it around of late the last 2 or 3 games, but at 37% on those stats with that.
That's not all-star energy, that's chaos. And we're eating it up like popcorn. This whole situation is peak sports drama. Angel's trying to spin her season like a comeback arc when it's really more of a blooper reel. And the fans? They're either delusional or trolling or both. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, with her 515,000 votes, is minding her business and letting her game do the talking. She doesn't have to scream for attention. The numbers speak louder than any Instagram story. And Angel? Still acting like she's neck and neck. Ma'am, you're 13th, not 3rd, not even 10th. That's not all-star, that's bench mob energy. But hey, she's committed. Reposting every tag, every mention, every stray compliment like it's gospel. You gotta admire the grind. The delusion? Not so much. And don't even get me started on the media. The same outlets that told us Angel was the future are now quietly sidestepping the fact that she's barely cracking the top half of the leaderboard. They want to hype her up without having to deal with the reality that her play hasn't backed it up. That's not journalism. That's PR. Look, we're not saying Angel can't be great. We're saying she's not there yet. And pretending otherwise doesn't help her. It hurts the league. Because fans notice when hype doesn't match performance. They see through the smoke and mirrors. And right now, the only thing consistent about Angel's season is her inconsistency. And let's talk about that ego. The woman can't take accountability if it came.
In Chicago, she wouldn't really necessarily make my All-Star team. I would have to sit it down and get it on paper, but just thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I don't see how I could justify making her an All-Star, but she's all the way down at 173,363. You would think she would be.
So let's get into what happens when the receipts start rolling in. The WNBA released the first All-Star vote returns, and Caitlin Clark didn't just lead, she dominated. Over 15,000 votes. She didn't need a campaign manager, a cheer squad, or even a media tour. Her game did all the heavy lifting. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, after weeks of reposting every tweet that so much as sneezed her name, came in 13th with 173,000 votes. That's not embarrassing. It's clarifying. The voters have spoken, and the message is clear. We're not handing out All-Star jerseys based on vibes alone, but let's not act surprised. Caitlin Clark is rewriting the rookie handbook. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. Game after game, she's delivering highlight-worthy performances. Long-range threes, slick dimes, basketball IQ that would make a veteran blush, and what's Angel doing? Celebrating her triple-doubles against teams already packing it in. Posting selfies with captions like, "Vote for greatness." Says greatness doesn't need a caption. It shows up in the box score. But here's the kicker. Angel still won't say Caitlin's name. You'd think she was contractually obligated to act like the vote leader doesn't exist. Not to mention...
ballots have come in, and of course, who else could you expect than to see Caitlin Clark listed at number 1 on the early voting?
Not a congrats, not a nod of respect, just vague allusions and even vaguer quotes. It's like trying to compliment Beyonce without using the word queen. Impossible, and don't let the BET award fool you. The Sportswoman of the Year title may sound impressive, but it's starting to look more like a consolation prize than a recognition of basketball excellence. She's being rewarded for being visible, not valuable. And that's a problem when it overshadows players who are actually producing on the court. Meanwhile, her supporters, they're louder than ever and making less sense than ever. Every missed shot is met with, "She's still learning." Every bad take turns into, "You're just a hater." The goalposts aren't just moving, they're in a different sport. Criticize her efficiency, and you're a misogynist. Question her All-Star worthiness, and you're jealous. Mention Caitlin Clark, and suddenly it's race baiting. When did holding players accountable become so offensive? And let's not ignore the media's role in this. Outlets like Forbes are publishing headlines about Angel leading the WNBA's growth. Based on what? Instagram followers, TikTok views. Because it's sure not field goal percentage or win shares. The same media that told us she was a superstar are now too embarrassed to walk it back. So they double down. Pretend 26% from the field is historic. Pretend rebounds are the only stat that matters.
This list, as you can see, is Caitlin Clark with 515,000 votes. Almost 516, Nafisa Collier, Aaliyah Boston, Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Paige Beckers.
Pretend that she's changing the game when she can't even change her shot selection. The worst part? Angel believes it. She's bought the hype, and now she's selling it like a multi-level marketing scheme. Reposting every fan art, resharing every tag, building a campaign on illusion while reality sits on the bench. This isn't campaigning, it's cope. And it's wild because Caitlin Clark fans aren't even asking for this comparison. They're not out here making beef. They're watching the games, voting, supporting other deserving players. Meanwhile, Angels fans are treating All-Star like a homecoming queen election, promoting outfits, dances, and tunnel fits like they're part of the selection criteria. But when your shooting percentage looks like a bad credit score, you can't fashion your way into an All-Star jersey. And what about the league itself? The WNBA should be embarrassed that this is what it's come to. That one of its most promoted rookies is begging for votes while another is making history and still getting hit with "she's overhyped" labels. Caitlin Clark is the reason for the attendance spikes, the ratings boom, and the viral moments. She didn't just raise the bar, she installed a new one.
Paige Beckers is rolling in at 6th. Kelsey Mitchell's in at 7th. Sabrina Ionescu's at 8th. Lexi Hull, the fan base of the Indiana Fever, have spoken. They have spoken. They are pushing.
And yet she gets half the media flowers Angel does. Why? Because she's not loud? Because she doesn't post "I'm her" with a mirror selfie every game? Since when did humility become a liability? And the excuses keep coming. Angel is adjusting. Angel is doing her best. Cool. So are 100 other players who aren't demanding All-Star nods. Effort is admirable, but All-Star is about execution. You don't get participation trophies at this level. You earn your place or you don't. And if we're being honest, Angel Reese hasn't earned it. Not this season, not with these stats, not with these performances. But she's got the internet on lock. She's got the marketing team. She's got the followers. So what happens if she does get in? The league spins it. The media runs a narrative about her impact. The fans either riot or celebrate, depending on which side of the scoreboard they live on. And the rest of us, we roll our eyes and get ready for another season of post-game delusions. Because let's be real, Angel getting into the All-Star game won't be about basketball. It'll be about branding, about noise, about pretending influence is the same as X.
Literally a case of, like, Angel Reese got in by coaches. So the only players that I would assume are going to get in on, like, based on that is I think it'll probably be, I think Caitlin will, obviously.